So many people get caught up in the doingness of existence that they overlook their beingness, which is the true beauty of their experience. We are here to create experiences, to create and know ourselves as a reflection of godliness, to create and recreate our best self each day. You hold the brush that paints the canvas of who you are, created and recreated daily by our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, then repeated over time until we establish our sense of self, our identity, who we think we are, but not who we really are. And in the daily doing, we identify ourselves with what we do. We might say, I am a parent, a lawyer, or a footballer. We entwine our sense of self with what we do, and it can bring us great happiness. But what happens when circumstances change? When you can no longer hold the scalpel, your memory fails you in that legal jargon. What happens when you can no longer kick the ball or your children are all grown up? Do we suddenly stop being those things? And what does that do for your sense of purpose, your well-being? Does it leave you with a sense of loss, a lack of direction, perhaps no purpose? I tell you this, you are destined to be so much more than what is realized in your doing. You are not what you do, but what you choose to be. And you can choose to be so much more than what you do. As we get a few miles on the body, we start to settle into an idea of who we are, what we do, what we can't. And we say to ourselves, that's me. That's the person I am. But why does that mean we cannot change? Why don't we choose to be a grander version of ourselves? Perhaps in some measurable way than yesterday. Why don't we choose to be a grander version of ourselves? Better perhaps in some measurable way than yesterday. Perhaps it's just fear of what is known being lost to the unknown. Our relative comfort and safety being given up to the unknown outcome. But your beingness is not tied simply to the idea of a job you perform or a role you temporarily play. It's about the very essence of you as a being. There are many things to be beyond that of just employment. What kind of human are you being? Do you imagine yourself as being kind? Then know yourself as kind by showing kindness. Do you believe yourself to be generous? Then know this by being generous with that which you can give, and give willingly. Do you see yourself as being happy? Then live this by being joyous in all that you undertake, a willing participant rather than a reluctant conscript in this wondrous, miraculous thing called life. They may say, I cannot be those things until I've attained something more from this world. I cannot be generous until I have more money. I cannot be happy until I've gotten the right job, the desirable partner, that ever elusive next thing to satiate my craving for having more. You see, I believe we've gotten this beingness, doingness thing back to front. We are the creative engines of our own experience. To know ourselves, we must be that which we believe ourselves to be. From the inner state, we can then align ourselves to the doing. But in the beingness first, the doingness will follow. Don't wait for tomorrow to be anything that you can start to be today. Be happy about the work you engage with. Make friends with the situation that arises. Be that which you seek to be internally. And then experience it in the world at large. When you make a decision, a real inner choice to be something new, the universe will conspire to place before you the path for you to follow for that to be realized. That doesn't mean you can meditate in a cave on becoming rich and a shower of gold will fall upon you. The universe is waiting for you to align your choice with your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions, ready to reflect back to you your choices. Every step of the way, you're given the opportunity to reaffirm your choice. Every thought about it, every word you utter, the emotion you feel when thinking about it, all these are reflections of your choice. Your alignment made real internally, then made real in the world at large through your actions. When you align all your creative centers, you are declaring to the universe your beingness. The doingness is born out of this alignment. The grander the vision, or perhaps better put, the bigger the change you wish to see, the more energy from which you create is needed. It may be something imagined and realized quickly, or it may take time. But if you can imagine it, picture it in your mind's eye with a new way of being, with all the color and texture of a masterpiece, which you are, if you can feel the emotion of already being that which has yet to come to your experience externally, you can make it a reality. You might hear this described as manifestation. It's simply imagining and experiencing the inner sense of this new beingness and then allowing it to be reflected back to you by the world. Go out and create yourself anew. If there exists something about yourself you wish to change, then allow a new aspect of your beingness to materialize. Look for opportunities to show the world this new facet of who you are being, and the universe will place them on your path.